Hello, Hammond here. I've just arrived in Warsaw for the Motor Show, and I'd like to invite you to come and join me and everybody else. It's going to be good fun.
Proszę Państwa, gwiazda czwartej edycji Warsaw Motor Show, Richard Hammond. You must be extremely handsome, just showing what's going on around there. I must say honestly, you are much more popular than Paris Hilton, who was the guest here a couple of years ago.
Often confused with Paris Hilton. People call me Paris all the time. Pretty much we're the same person.
Hot welcome for you. Please take your seat.
You have a picture of my son, I think.
Nice. Not a big difference, Richard. Proszę Państwa, to jest takie pierwsze nasze dzisiejsze spotkanie, w którym będą uczestniczyli również prezes Warsaw Expo, pan Tomasz Szypuła. Bardzo zapraszamy serdecznie, panie prezesie. I oczywiście dyrektor Warsaw Motor Show, a więc Antoni Ptak. Richard, cars.
Yes.
Cars around all the time.
Yeah.
Is it the only subject of your life, let's say?
It is until I get home and my wife and daughters disagree with me. But it is, and I'm very happy and excited to come to a motor show because I still love a proper motor show where you actually see the cars in front of you for real, and it brings out the 10-year-old inside of me. It brings out the kid in all of us, I'm sure.
So we are really extremely happy to hear it, that motor show is something extraordinary for you, that it confirms, let's say, your big interest and your big love to cars.
Yeah, it's at the heart of everything I do. So when I get home tomorrow, if the weather's right, I will be digging out an old 1934 supercharged Lagonda and driving around the lanes in it. And not crashing.
Sometimes.
Maybe.
A co by było, gdyby Richard był znanym muzykiem i grał na gitarze basowej? I jakie auto stałoby w tle przy sesji zdjęciowej?
Oh, I don't like this.
Ja
I mean, you all know what it is. What is the question?
I'm going to hear it in English, but I don't know who voted for that one.
I'll just give you answers. 5. Never. I was young and needed the money. Has that covered it? Has that covered it?
I hope the answer is not Renault 5.
You have to know that Anthony, he won even the race at Silverstone circuit. You know about it? The director of Motor Show, yes?
Yeah.
In European Formula Championship.
Oh, really? Proper race.
He won it in Silverstone.
Also crashed a lot.
Did you crash? Yeah, exactly.
And he was a great fan of inviting you here, so that's, his success. Ale wracając wobec tego, let's change to Polish for a while, sorry. A więc wracając do mojego pytania do Antosia, myślę, że jesteś strasznie szczęśliwy, że Richard jest z nami.
Tak, to było chyba moje marzenie od zawsze, żeby poznać. Oglądam już chyba od 13 lat Top Gear, później Grand Tour. Oczywiście znam na pamięć wszystkie odcinki, więc jakby to było moje marzenie od zawsze. Teraz ciężko nawet mi uwierzyć, że Richard w końcu jest z nami.
A czy wam jest łatwo uwierzyć, że jest z nami? Myślę, że tak.
If anyone is struggling to follow the Polish, I can translate it into English for you.
The reaction is, it confirms that we don't need translation, at least, from English to Polish, yes, everybody understands.
That is cool. So a lot of people here watch our shows in English. So many people speak English quite well here. But
Please answer. Odpowiedzcie proszę.
many people speak English quite well? Do you speak English? Yeah. In England we speak a lot of Polish. It's easy.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's a very good communication. And trust me, believe me, that does not mean, a lot of people Polish people who live in England every day, they came here to Warsaw just for one day.
Yeah, well, when we did we did do our biggest ever live show in Warsaw, 52,000 people, which just goes to show how big the love for cars is over here. And it's great to see. It's great as a lover of cars myself to come and share it with people at a show like this is really good fun. So I'm very glad to see so many young people as well loving cars. Well done.
So I can imagine you love this kind of shows. As you mentioned, you know, the show as the biggest show in your career before in Poland you've been in, it was at the National Stadium, as I remember, yes?
Yeah.
But tell us please some words about your shows, you know, what do you prepare for the nearest future, you know, what do you do together with your colleagues?
In the Grand Tour, which is a city television show, have you seen the Grand Tour, our new show? Yeah, so you know that one. Oh, a Drive Tribe hat, that's good to see. Yeah, well we're just in the studio now, making the studio bits of this season of shows, season 3. So that will be on air sometime early next year. We've been all over the world, Mongolia, China, Colombia, Nevada.
Great experience.
I'm never home. My wife loves my job. That's actually a worry. She should nag me. But yeah, we've travelled to some incredible places and driven some amazing cars, new and old. Even some exciting new electric ones. I didn't crash them this time, though I did last year. Sorry.
Słyszeliśmy o tym, prawda? Nawet chyba zdjęcia widzieliśmy. Okay, we know, as you can imagine, I believe, you know, it's not a problem to talk about it, you know, because personally me, you know, I still have in mind the crash 10 years ago. It was absolutely, you know, it's hard to imagine, you know, what happened, and we are extremely happy we are together. Do you have any problem with it?
No, not since that one. People often tell me I'm very lucky. They say, oh, you really are lucky, Richard. Yeah, I would be more lucky if I didn't have a tyre blow out at 320 miles an hour. That was unlucky, but I was lucky to survive it, yeah, very.
Proszę Państwa, może tak dla przypomnienia, bo zaczepiłem go o tą historię głośną przecież sprzed 10 lat. The name of the car was Vampire.
Yes.
I to się, no, świetnie odpowiedział. Wszyscy mówią, ale byłeś szczęśliwy, ale miałeś kupę szczęścia, wyszedłeś z tego, bo to się przecież wydarzyło przy jakiejś monstrualnej prędkości, z tego co ja pamiętam. It was, the speed was enormous, you know.
Yes, 320 miles an hour is about 400 and something.
Incredible, simply incredible, yes? Okay, let's forget about it. Your plans for the nearest future, what do you want to show us in your the nearest programs? You mentioned the place you produce your programs, but what kind of cars you want to show us?
Well, in the new season we've been driving, I've been out, well, we've had the McLaren Senna, which is an astonishing machine. I've been out in a Neo, which is a Chinese-made electric supercar with 1,400 horsepower. So we've hit all of the new cars. Hopefully the new electric Porsche will be in fact, it will be in. And also some amazing old cars. Does anybody remember Jim Clark? You may not.
I think so. Just confirm, potwierdźcie, że Jima Clarka na pewno świetnie pamiętacie. To był przecież mistrz też Formuły 1, mistrz wyścigów. Pamiętamy?
Yeah, he was an incredible driver, probably the best of his time. And I made a tribute film remembering him, and I drove his Lotus 25, that was an incredible experience. What a machine.
I can imagine we don't remember the details, I mean, concerning the car for sure, but the majority of the people, they know the name, Jim Clark, a great name. As you mentioned, Formula One heroes, you mentioned as well, McLaren, Senna, yes. So, racing or rallying?
For me, I prefer rallying. It's more exciting. I think there is more danger. It's less about the business and more about the sport. It's very exciting. It's proper driving.
But there are only 2 countries on your way, you know, with, let's say, good speed limit. You know about it, yes? So what about the tickets? Aren't you afraid of it?
Well, the last time I drove a Porsche 991 GT3 in France, they took my license off me.
No, czyli
that was
zdarza
the
się wszystkim. Let's say middle-ages guys, you know, we concentrate on electric.
Well, we've got James May. He's a lovely lady. An old lady, but a lovely lady.
And trust me, believe me, you know, that does not mean, you know, a lot of people who personally, Polish people who live in England every day, you know, they came here to Warsaw just for one day.
Yeah, well, when we did do our biggest ever live show in Warsaw, 52,000 people, which just goes to show how big the love for cars is over here, and it's great to see.
I share, you know, my views concerning police. I don't have this kind of experience concerning France, you know. I didn't lost, you know, my driving license, but Finland and Australia, they are pretty severe, these guys.
Yeah, they like a rule in Australia. They do.
Okay. Jeżeli nie mamy pytań, to myślę, że wielkie brawa, wielka owacja, wielkie podziękowanie dla Richarda.
Before we go, I want to do a selfie from up here with all of this. Can I do that? So if you stay, well, if you all stand, I won't see all the ones beyond. So if you, well, your English is better. I thought you were. Anyway, what was the question?
So, is there a chance for you three to visit Poland for a live show again?
We would love to. We don't do a live show at the moment because there isn't time. One day maybe. It's funny, and we were talking just before we came back out, there are 3 places in the world where we know they love cars as much as we do, and they understand our sense of humour, our TV programme. And those places are, weirdly, Australia, South Africa and Poland. It is true. It's all, we don't know why, but for whatever reason, you guys get us, we get you, and South Africa and Australia. Maybe we're all the same deep down. I don't know.